Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to another motivational and mindset session. It is Sunday. It is Sunday. It is Sunday. For those of us who have been blessed to see this day, I want to ask every single one of you to say Alhamdulillah and remember the favor of your Lord upon you. This is going to be, inshallah, a short reminder for those of you who are in my program, the Release Writing Program. It's a 90-day program where we help sisters take their story, idea, or message and put it out into a book so it can go out into the world to do what it is meant to do, and that is change lives, inshallah. So today I come to you guys over there as well. Just want to share this message with you because this week we lost a giant. Another one. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. In our call last week, if you remember, I spoke to you about Brother Ismail Beaumont, and we took a lesson from his passing. And wow. Here we are again, a week later, taking a lesson from the passing of yet another one of this ummah's gifts. I'm talking about Sheikh Muhammad al-Sharif, founder of Al-Maghrib and founder of so many transformational programs. I mentioned this on my Instagram post. I've never attended Al-Maghrib. I know of it, of course, and I know how many people who've been through the Al-Maghrib courses, who've taught in Al-Maghrib. I'm aware of, the impact of that program. But the people I know, the people in the coaching space, in the Muslim personal development space, in the Muslim online entrepreneurial space, who went through his Niche Hero program, who got their beginnings in the Niche Hero program, who got their so many of our clients, so many of my colleagues who did Visionaire, up-leveled their dua, and are today giants because of his message. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to bless the ummah, how does he do it? He does it through the people that he selects, right? And that's why I always say to you ladies that it's not about you. It's not about you. So those of you who are, questioning yourselves about, am I good enough? What right do I have to say this, to do this, to write this book, to make this speech, to make this show? Well, who am I? It's not about you. It was never about you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will benefit the people through whom he chooses. And if he chooses you, know that it is his haqq to choose you, and it is from his hikmah to choose you. And when I've never even got to speak to the brother. I was speaking with my colleague Munna Muhammad, who worked with him over the years, and I said, I've never met Muhammad al-Sharif. I would love to be connected with him and do some work together. And he said, yeah, he's out there. I think he was in Dubai. He's out in the Middle East, and kind of keeps himself to himself. But I said, try and hook us up. Let's see if we can do something good for the ummah, inshallah. And of course, it was not meant to be. Qadar Allah ma sha fa'al. But when I reflect on the impact of his relatively short life, I weep for us. I weep for myself. I weep for every one of us. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Allah knows I'm jealous that he was given the opportunity to impact so many lives. I ask myself, what am I doing? What am I putting forth for akhirah? Will I have people, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people making dua for me when I'm gone? Will my children make dua for me when I'm gone? None of this is guaranteed. So yes, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of his impact. I'm jealous of his legacy in the very best way. This is a way that we should be jealous. Not the rubbish way, that so many of us do, not the hasad way, right? Not the, oh, comparing ourselves to other people and finding ourselves wanting way. No. When you see the good that another Muslim is doing and has done, it should inspire you to work harder. It should inspire you to be more sincere. It should inspire you to level up your legacy, to level up your impact, to level up your sincerity, to level up what you're putting out into this world. This place is a mess most of the time. This dunya is a mess most of the time. And then you find the relief. After all the difficulty, you find the ease. You find the beautiful people, the beautiful souls, the beautiful programs, the beautiful community that make everything worthwhile. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, tested this life, but He has also given us the means to be able to get through those tests. He has given us the light at the end of the tunnel, the dawn after the night, the silver lining on the clouds. He has given us that. Can we be that? Can we be that for each other? Can we be that ease for our families? Can we be that glimmer of hope for our communities? Can we be that inspiration for our generation? Can we be that? With Allah's permission, we can. But not if we keep making it about ourselves and our excuses. About ourselves and how we're not enough. The outcome is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not down to us. So many people have tried to do things, right? Started a program, started a course, started a lecture series, written a book. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. This is the beautiful thing about the intentions being rewarded and us being rewarded simply for our intentions. Because when we intend to do something and then we do that thing, we are rewarded regardless of the outcome. What a mercy. Because the outcome is not in our hands. The outcome is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of my clients here, Zainab, is saying, the day after he died, I was making my dream du'as, which she learned to do from him. And she realized that each time she makes those du'as, he will get rewarded just like hundreds and thousands of his students. Allahu Akbar. So you guys, we are all his sadaqah jariyah, exactly. And so this is, we're here to talk about writing a book. Every single one of you has a message that the world is crying out for, whether it's 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 people, 1,000,000 people. Every one of you has something to offer, something to share, something important to give. Get it out now. I said it last week, and I was reminded of this last week because of the passing of our brother Ismail Beaumont. May Allah have mercy on him. And here we are again, another week, an even bigger, fat reminder, slap in the face to say, what are you waiting for? You think your life is going to get a little bit easier, a little bit better, a little bit less hectic, and you'll be able to finally do the things that you've been dying to do? It's not going to happen. This dunya is go, 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 go. It's not going to happen. You have to make it a non-negotiable. You have to decide that enough is enough. I'm doing this now. Enough with the excuses, enough with the self-doubt, enough with the rubbish talk, the negative talk, the limiting beliefs, the toxic friendships, the wasting time, the distractions online, the comparison. Enough with that. Those things are the things that are holding you back from your greatness, from your leveling up. And every one of you is on your own path. Every single one of you is on your own path. And your path has markers, right? You are on that path, maybe you're here. For your next level, it may be here. For another person's next level, it may be up there. Another person, their level may be higher than that. It doesn't matter. Because your job is to stay in your lane and do what you were put here to do in that lane. May Allah have mercy on us if we don't take the reminder from these people, the loss of these people. May Allah have mercy on us. And may Allah have mercy on those who have passed. May He have send down rahmah and comfort to their families and to all those who mourn their passing. And may He allow us, most importantly, a good end. And may the people gather in janazah for us and accept our efforts and accept our deeds. Ameen. That's all I want to say. I'm out. Sisters, take a moment to reflect on what this means for you. I want to know whether any of this landed, whether you're picking up what I'm putting down. Nabila says life is too short. We need to carry on and focus. Yep, 100%. It's too short for the excuses, guys, and the distractions. Wallahi, Allah knows. Allah knows that this world, especially the world that we're living in today, it deals in distraction. It's like a drug dealer, and the drug is distraction. That's what it is. It deals in distraction. And we're fiends for it. We are addicted to distraction, actually. We are addicted to distractions. And those distractions pull us away from our purpose. They pull us away from our potential. They pull us away from our next level. Allah knows, it's a reminder to myself first. Thank you, Nabila. jazakAllahu khair. It's a reminder to myself first. What are we doing? I remember reading a hadith, or a narration really, where Imam Ahmad's son said to him, because they had been through so much in the path of Allah and in the path of knowledge, and he just said, Father, when will we ever relax? And his father said to him, when we take our first steps into Jannah. That's it. Until then, it's toil, it's grind, it's emptying yourself out. And subhanAllah, I was with another really inspiring group of entrepreneurs on Friday. We were doing a Dragon's Den style event for a group of people who came in as refugees and went through this program to create their first business and become financially independent. Very inspiring people, very inspiring stories, wonderful business ideas. And we were able to award £55,000 in seed capital, mashallah. And when I spoke to the people who were on the panel with me, these are entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs, owners of multiple businesses, philanthropists, giving of their time and energy to charity, sadaqah, everything. And I spoke to one of them and I said, you're running all these businesses, you've got property, you did this, you did that, how do you manage? And he said the same thing as Imam Ahmed said. He said, that's what this world is for. That's what this life is about. Striving for akhirah and not getting tired of that. Yes, okay, we get tired, we rest, fair enough. But the purpose of this life is not to rest and relax. The purpose of this life is to strive. So if any of this has any bearing on your book, this project that you've taken on, whatever, and the thing is, anybody else who was listening to this, it doesn't matter what the project is, it's a project. It's something you committed to. It's something you wanted. Probably still want. Maybe some of you realize that it's a bit more demanding than you expected, maybe. Maybe some of you have asked yourselves, was this the right decision? Should I really be here? Is this really that important? Trust me, the person that you were when you made this decision, you need to find her again because she got it. She understood that this was important. She understood that this was a non-negotiable. She understood that this was what she wanted. And I don't want any one of you that has come here wanting to create a legacy with your book, I don't want you to not do that. I don't want you to flunk on this one because it became hard, it dragged, it took longer than you thought. Because really and truly, that book, when it's out and it's in your library, in your house, and in your children's homes, that's going to be a piece of you that's left behind when you're gone. I'm not even talking about all the other readers. I'm not talking about the hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, however many people. I'm talking about your own family. Go ahead, Zainab. You can unmute.
Assalamu alaikum.
I'm sorry, sis.
Okay, the question I have is okay.
Okay.
I've been wanting to speak my book, right? And I wasn't able to get to it. So yesterday I tried out something. I spoke something I was writing, and what I noticed was, of course, the way it came out, it's different from if I were typing it. So it just made me think that, okay, is there something I could do a bit differently such that, maybe I'm more aware of how it comes out. I should just go ahead and do it and just worry about that in the editing stage or something. Because I noticed also, because the transcription sometimes misses a few things. And if I don't address it at that time, if I look at it later, I might not actually remember exactly what it was that I was saying there. So I just had this thought, and I was wondering if there was something you could advise around that.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting that I'm going to say is that I've been doing some writing, right?
Yeah.
There's this group I'm just doing this gratitude thing. I just write. I do like gratitude journaling and all that.
Yeah.
So, but I want to add another practice, doing it in the night. I do it in the morning. Yeah. So I usually just type it, but it's difficult. So I've been wanting to, voice notes, and I haven't done it. I just didn't do it. So I spent a lot of time typing. So after Sheikh Mohammed Baz, he always teaches us the best productivity hacks and all that. I just found so much easier. I just started doing things I was holding back from doing. For whatever reason, all the distractions or all the excuses and all that. A couple of things I've done the past few days after he says, alhamdulillah, things I've wanted to do like for a long time. So that's why I was saying we are all Sadaqah Tijariya for him.
Yeah.
For everything he has taught us and that we implement or do, he gets rewarded for it. And that is so beautiful. And I can relate to what you're saying about the fact that, what about us?
Yeah.
That Allah is the best of planners, and He helps us with being able to step into that power that He has given us. Because He's given us a lot.
Yeah. He's given us tools upon tools upon tools, and mentors upon mentors, and coaches upon coaches, and examples upon examples. It's not like it was a generation or two ago when most of us didn't know anyone who was doing anything. You knew your local masjid, you knew your local imam. If you were blessed enough to have some knowledgeable women in your community, then alhamdulillah, you knew them. But most people didn't. And most people did not know what was possible. That's what we have today, guys. We know what's possible. From women and men just like you. They just made more effort. That's it. They just leaned into their gifts more than we've been doing. That's it. They probably slept less. They probably pushed themselves harder, right? And then Allah's tawfiq means that they got whatever they managed to achieve. But we know what's possible. We know what's possible. So that's never going to be an excuse for us. So inshallah, may Allah accept his deeds and the deeds of all who've been, impacted by him, and accept our efforts as well, and accept our deeds. I'd like you guys to please share your takeaways on the link that I've put in the chat, please. This is an important call. There's not as many, no, more or less the same number as usual, alhamdulillah. But we want to make sure that we do what we did last time. Tag people who weren't here. Tag your squad members, tag your cohort people in the Facebook group, and then when I put it in the WhatsApp group so that they don't miss out, inshallah. Okay, and I want to move on to questions now, because we don't have to. I really, the main thing, I want to get the recording done, put it up so you guys can listen to it again. Right, so there was a question. Nafisa's back. She's like, I want that question answered. Oh, Allah help us. Okay, Nabila says, just want to ask if after the 90 days we can upgrade to premium. Don't know a lot about it, but I signed up quickly. Might there be something if you want to explore that as a possibility? Yes. Anybody who wants to upgrade to premium once their draft is done, certainly we can have that conversation. I have a chat with everybody who wants to upgrade. And yeah, I'd love to have more of you on as premium clients. So the answer to your question, Nabila, is yes. So there you go. Lubna says, how do I set boundaries with routine house chores to create space and time to write during the day, even when kids are awake? Okay, Lubna, do you want to unmute and tell me what's going on?
Assalamu alaikum, sis.
Wa alaikum salam, my dear. Right, what's the struggle?
The struggle is that I try to write, and I have done that, and I'm able to write, but then the house chores are not done. When I try to do the house chores, I really struggle to find time to write from heart.
Mm-hmm.
And when the kids are around, even if I've given them special time, spend time with them, connected with them, but still, when I'm writing, there's a lot of interruption.
How old are your children?
I'm talking about 7-year-old and a toddler.
Oh, the toddler, forget it. You need to write during the toddler's nap time, I would say. You can't expect a toddler to kind of give you space to concentrate. We ask for a minimum of 10 minutes a day. And does your toddler have naps during the day?
Yes.
So I would definitely look at using 10 minutes of the toddler's nap time to tell your 7-year-old, Mummy's going to do this now. Make sure that they've had their lunch and they've done what they need. They've got what they need from you. Settle them down with a book or with some toys, etc. And get that 10 minutes in, even if it's just 10 minutes. And then during the rest of the day, like, run your life as normal, but maybe take another 10 minutes in the morning before everybody's up, or 10 minutes at night after the kids have gone to bed. But I you know, the house chores are chores, of course, but the more organized you are and the more you actually carve out that time, the more you'll get done. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, inshallah. I mean, you know, while your kids are awake, I mean, I would never expect to get especially that age, I would never expect to get an hour uninterrupted time, you know, unless they're zoned out on a PlayStation or something. But an hour of uninterrupted time while children are awake is a big ask. But maybe half an hour after they've gone to bed, that's possible, depending on what your routine is with your husband and dinner and all that kind of thing. But I would look at the full routine and say, where can I carve out time? Waking up earlier, going to sleep later, in the nap time, you know, these types of things. Find that time. Find the time. That's what I'm going to tell you to do, really. Find the time. You know what your day looks like. You know where you spend the most time. You know what your dead time is as well, like, or maybe even where you waste time, where you could be doing something else. So find the time in your day and that make it sacred. You know, we're not going to blame the kids for our inability to write for 10 minutes a day, because that's just an excuse. Respectfully and with love.
Yes.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, yes. So I've started with time auditing, but then I was stuck, and I think you answering my question has given me clarity to find those thoughts to fill in my writing time. Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Barakallahu fiki. Excellent. Alhamdulillah. Who else had a question? Yes, Muhammad, you've got a question.
Salam sis, how are you?
Wa alaikum salam wa barakatuh. How are you doing?
Good, sis, alhamdulillah. I had a quick question regarding to like my progress this week.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, like I've been doing well actually. I've done more, I could say. Yeah, like I've started got my chapter outlines, I finished my roadmap, alhamdulillah. But it's like when I want, like, is it like the more progress I do, like I get like second thoughts, like I get like doubts. It's so weird, subhanallah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like I'm scared of, like, I don't know, like progressing even more. Like, I don't know.
Yes, definitely. You know what? There is a mindset shift that needs to take place, right? From being somebody who's always maybe thought about writing a book to being someone who is actually writing one, right? There's a leveling up that needs to take place. And, different people in the group use different things. We have a set of affirmations in the members area that may be helpful to you. Also, doing that visualization for many people, that's really helpful. The visualization is in the members area, isn't it, guys? Yeah, the visualization. So that's something very, very powerful to use to reset your brain, because your brain right now is in, can I, can't I, am I really doing this? Oh my God, really, really, really. That's where your brain is right now. You do that video where I get you to close your eyes and kind of talk you through your book launch and all this stuff. It, inshallah, will expand your thinking about what's possible and allow you to have a vision that you feel comfortable stepping into. Because right now it's just uncomfortable because it's new and, oh my gosh, am I really doing this? And I don't really know what's going to happen. And there's a lot of that kind of fear there.
Especially like I was so motivated, and now like when I do more, it's just like I'm taking like those steps back.
Right. All right, so those are my 2 recommendations. Try out the affirmations, definitely do the visualization, inshallah. And does anybody else want to chime in on this? Has anybody experienced this and is now on the other side of this that can give our sister Muhammad some advice from what worked for you personally? We can do a group coaching session, why not? Anybody? Oh, everyone's like, no, I'll sit this one out. Okay. Well, go on, Zainab.
Okay, was it what I'm not sure I got what she was saying, because I was reading the other questions. Was it about the timing or the
No, it wasn't the timing. No, she was talking, it's a mindset thing. So it's basically like she's started off, she's done the roadmap, she's done the chapter outlines, and now she's finding resistance to actually starting the writing process and actually being like in there. So that's all.
Yeah, I'm not like,
okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Celia.
I'm kind of in her situation as well, but today I thought for myself, no, like I should not limit myself with my beliefs or thoughts. I should just think of what I want to achieve. So today, as I was like sitting down and working on the book, I just thought of what I see as like the vision, the end goal, and it really helped me. So I don't want to say I'm over it, but today I felt like, that's a way to get over it. Maybe it helps.
Excellent. Yeah, no, definitely it is. It's when you know your destination, and when you can almost feel the good feelings of having arrived at that destination, the work that you need to do to get there now feels like, okay, I know where I'm going and I know what I'm moving towards. If you haven't really thought about the end goal, or if you've thought about the end goal and you're scared by the end goal, you're going to have resistance, right? So those of you, for example, who are afraid of the book doing really well, okay, give me a yes in the chat if you've ever thought, oh my God, but what if it does really well? Oh my God, right? If there's anyone out there who's thought, what if it does really well, and got really scared? Anyone out there who has thought, what if this is an absolute failure and I embarrass myself? Put a yes in the chat, okay? Because anytime you are associating something negative to the outcome, you're going to have resistance to actually going on that journey, right? Because why would you move towards something that is uncomfortable? Why would you move towards something that you're afraid of? Why would you move towards something that's going to hurt you and make you feel bad? You wouldn't. So in your head, on the one hand, with your mouth, you're saying, I want this. But here, you don't. Because here and here, this what's going on in here is making you feel a particular way, because you're thinking to yourself, it's going to be bad, it's going to be a failure, or it's going to be a huge success and I'm going to get evil eye, and all of this stuff is happening here in your head, and your heart is like, no, forget it, I'm out, I don't want that. Even though your mouth is saying, yes, I want this. So we need to reprogram this in order to feel differently here, so that there can be congruence between what you say you want and what you truly want. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a yes in the chat if that makes sense. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Good. Rueda, yes, ma'am. You got your hand up.
So yes, okay. So I was just following on from that. I was thinking about, in terms of getting started, it's stop trying to make it perfect.
Yes.
And so just, I think what I found is all of those thoughts about it's not good enough, but you've written the outline. If you've written the outline, then just start. And actually, an example from Sheikh Muhammad, he said, don't worry about it being ugly. Just get started. Just whatever it is, start, and then it will start to flow out of you. And I think you've continually said, don't stop, don't reread, don't be critical, because that's going to stop you from writing. So it's getting it all out, and then it's just starting that motion kind of process. And I thought that was really good advice.
That's perfect for this, especially for this scenario. It is absolutely perfect. Now, Faiza, really happy to have you on the call, mashallah, Faiza. Nice one. Faiza says visualization might help. Imagining yourself as a writer, writing about your future as a writer so that you can embody it physically and mentally. And I would say yes, visualization does help. And if visualizing yourself as a writer helps, do that. If, on the other hand, it does not help, then don't visualize that. You guys are not just writers. You are carrying a message. You are setting legacy. You are passing on wisdom. Okay, you are helping, you are comforting, you are guiding, right? Whatever it is that floats your boat, whatever it is that juices you, whatever it is that makes you excited about doing this work, that's what you need to visualize. All right, because for some of you, if somebody says to you, oh, you're a writer, immediately cringe, resistance. I'm not a writer. I can't do this. I didn't study this. I haven't even done. Yes, give me a yes in the chat. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Right? So for some of you, imagining yourselves as that writer, we love it. Makes us feel good, makes us, stand tall, shoulders back, and all of that. For other people, it will actually make them cringe, it will make them withdraw. So then don't do that. Imagine what it is that makes you sit up tall, that makes you feel proud to be on this journey, that makes you feel motivated to complete this, that makes you want whatever the outcome is, whatever your why was. That's what you need to be remembering all the time. Go ahead, Zainab. Yes, Ruqayya says, I write, and she finds it hard to say, I'm a writer. Yes, that's a mindset thing. Go ahead, sis.
Okay, what I wanted to that was that one is to be able to really find what works. It helps to just explore like all these ideas that everyone has talked about, because if you don't try it out, you won't know what works and what doesn't work. That's nothing I found. And for instance, something that worked, and sometimes some things work on some days, doesn't work on others.
True.
So like I remember that was the day I was just in this space of and I just thought, okay, fine, I'm writing to my best friend, right? Okay. And I actually was able to like just get it done like that way. So it's really about just testing out what it is that will work. And then if you find something that works, make a note of it somewhere. And then some other time you're like in that space again, just go back and like, okay, I think this worked that day, let me do it again. And because it's all just as Naima said, it's all in our mind, really. That's really where the thing is. And like for me, for instance, I have been a writer since I was a child, but something happened and I believed I wasn't a writer. It took me years to actually step back into being a writer. So right now I see myself as a brilliant writer. That's the identity I have. I didn't have this identity like maybe 3 years ago or thereabouts. So it's something that we just go into. So that's what I wanted to add.
Yeah, 100%. I love that. And Faiza made a good point here where she's like, she has, this is a hack that you can try, guys, is writing a story of who you are in the future and what you want to have achieved, right? And we, in many coaching programs that I've been in, how they get us to do that is to write like a year in review in January 2023, for example, right? So you imagine yourself in January 2023 writing a gratitude post, right? Writing a letter, you know, talking about what happened in the year. So in this year, right? So you're future pacing, you're setting a standard, you're ideating, because subhanAllah, so many of the things that happen in our lives and the things that we manage to achieve, they start here, don't they? We get an inspiration, we get a vision, we get a dream, we hear something, and it just sparks something in us. And then we, you know, our brain starts looking for more information, for ways to do it, starts trying to figure things out. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows us to go down that road, mashallah. So yeah, you have to believe it if you want to see it. It's not, I'll see it when I believe it. Also, I'll believe it when I see it. No, it's, if you believe it, inshallah, you will see it by Allah's grace. Okay, so let's remember that as well, inshallah. There was another point I wanted to make on this. What was it again? I think it was what somebody was saying here. Go ahead, Sumaya. Nice to see you as well, mashallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you, first of all?
Very well, alhamdulillah. Nice to hear your voice, mashallah.
Yeah. And you guys too.
What's
Actually,
up?
I wanted to share quote that is like, wait a second, die with memories, not dreams. So,
we like that. Yeah, we like that. Die with memories, not dreams. Yes, mashallah. I love that. Thank you so much for that. And the only way we can do that, guys, is if we don't stay stuck in the dream state. We have to dream, obviously, yeah. All of these things that we want, all these things that we achieve, they start with a dream. But we can't stay in that space of just dreaming, fantasizing, imagining without doing the work, without taking one step in front of the other and moving forward, right? And even if you, like we say, right, if you stop for whatever reason, stay in the arena. Mentally and physically, stay in the arena, okay? Don't quit, don't leave, don't say, oh, can't be bothered, forget it, cancel it, whatever. No. Stay in the arena and make dua to ask Allah for help. Ask Allah, give me the good from this. Accept my efforts, make this successful. You know, make this a testament for me on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Make this a part of my legacy. Put barakah in this for me. Make those du'as, guys. Okay, lots of advice here, mashallah. Hey, guys, you better go and put your takeaways because those who missed this call, they missed on a load of really good stuff, which they're not going to get because a lot of it's in the chat. Okay, right, ladies, I want to, because we're at 40, we're at like 1:45 now. So I want us to, those of you who came for Mindset and Motivation, you're welcome to leave. I think I've answered all the questions except for Zainab's. With regards to the talk to text, guys, okay, if you're using the technique, one of the techniques that we teach, which is the talking, either recording and getting it transcribed or using the app to talk in and then it makes it into text, what I have found is do it in small chunks, okay, and plan out your chapter and your paragraphs beforehand, right? Because otherwise you can start rambling. So again, the heavy lifting at the start. So say, for example, you want to write about your child's first day at school, okay? There's a story that you need to tell about your child's first day of school. Great. So the topic is the child's first day at school. But what are the points that you want to make, right? Because if I am not sure about the points, or if I, kind of think that I want to say everything, I'm going to have difficulty because I'm going to start rambling and repeating myself and going back around in circles. So it's my child's first day at school. 3 things that I learned. This is my made up chapter, okay? So it's my child's first day at school. My child, I want to talk about the kind of day it was, my child's mental state, my mental state, what I learned. And what did I learn? The power of letting go, the power of I love you, the power of goodbye, see you later. Just an example, okay? But because I've laid this chapter out so clearly, now I can relax And imagine, like what Zainab was saying, that I'm telling this story to a loving friend, somebody who said, so what did happen when, Abdullah went to school the first day? Like, what happened? How did you cope with that? Abdullah's first day of school was a nightmare for me. Recording now, yeah? Abdullah's first day of school was a nightmare for me. I had spent so many years planning, preparing, applying, putting him on waiting lists, and I never had managed to get him into my top choice. So by the time school came round, I had no option but to put him in my third choice school. So I was starting off at a disadvantage from the start. But I hadn't banked on my own emotions and my son's emotions at the end of our time together full time. Now, obviously, this is not perfect, right? I've repeated a word here and there. Okay, probably the recording is going to pick up on some ums and you knows and stuff like that. But as long as I follow my plan, I will have the bulk of what I want to say down. Does that make sense, guys? Just give me a yes in the chat if that makes sense. Yeah, is that good for you, Zainab? Okay, visualization exercise. We're going to put it up in the portal, inshallah. Thank you so much for checking, Zainab. Barakallahu fiki. So guys, I'm going to post it in the Facebook group, but we'll also put it in the portal as well, inshallah, so you have access to it without having to go to Facebook, inshallah. Thanks for the reminder. Excellent. Okay, good. Right, Muhammad, you want me to have a look at your work, at your planning? The rest of you, inshallah, you're welcome to stay on, but you don't have to. We only have 10 minutes left anyway, but I want to do some work with Muhammad on her planning, inshallah. Yes, ma'am. So whoever's logging off, go and share your takeaways, okay? And I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts this message that I had for you and that it lands for you and that it really helps you this week. And guys, seriously, when I say listen back to these calls, I mean it. It's available on my Instagram as a live. So you can literally just go to my Instagram and just play it in the background just to give you the reminder that you may need, inshallah. Okay, everyone have a fantastic rest of the weekend. I'll see you next week. Yes, Muhammad. Yes, ma'am. What you got for me? I'm going to make you co-host. Do you want to share your screen? Oh, where's she gone? I'm going to pause this.